Dr. Milligan, I guess before we conclude this interview, within this whole context of talking about finance and relationships, oh boy, this is a big one too. Skin tone. This is a big one. It has been perpetuated in our race, if you will, from at least the past 500 years, minimally 500 years. That does the issues of skin coloration still, I guess, actually can be attached to one's worth, and I mean actually one's financial worth in a relationship?
Yes, it does. Skin tone has always been attached to value and worth. It goes back to when doors was open for blacks in the job market. Many times when we talked about integration and allowing blacks to hold certain positions, even then it had to be a person that was highly light-skinned, that she looked so much like white that you wouldn't even know the difference. And because we put so much emphasis on color ourselves as African Americans, when we look at little girls that's fair-skinned and has straight hair, we say in the front of the other children, she's so beautiful, she has pretty hair, she has good hair, she's so pretty, look at the color of her skin. And I don't know what it's going to take we say one thing out of our mouths, but our actions are different. When we hear men, Jamal, say, well, color doesn't matter to me, kinky hair doesn't matter to me, they come on the radio and they come on television, and this is what they say. But women ourselves, when we realize that if 3 women are sitting there together and one is black and kinky hair and the other, say 2 are and one is light, even though that same man said it doesn't matter to me, subconsciously it does matter. See, we got to get to the consciousness level for change. See, change doesn't come with lip service. It comes from within a conscious level. Until we can get there, we will say one thing with our lips, and our hearts will speak to different issues. Because the young girls see themselves sitting there at the table at a dance, at one of their little hip-hop dance concerts, and they see the young men who say they're so conscious. They see the young black man, black as Ace of Space himself, dreadlocked and down, saying he's Afrocentric, but yet they see him go over and ask the light complexion girl with the straight hair and blue eyes for a dance.
Now, Dr. Milligan, at this point, I don't want you to lose your thought, but this is so critical, and since we have 2 young ladies in the studio with us, I want to ask you, ladies, does this continue on today on the high school campuses? Is there an issue of whether light-skinned girls are getting more attention and selected for certain things and dark-skinned girls are not? Either of you want to touch this issue?
Yeah, I will. As a dark-skinned girl, there is a lot of people that like light-skinned girls that have more attention than darker colored girls because their hair or like the way they are, like just because their skin is lighter than ours. But I also know people that they still prefer dark skin over light skin, and that's good, but this still is going on today, and I think it's really sad.
I think that there are a lot of girls now that are saying, oh yeah, I got one of them light skin, curly head, light eyes kind of guy, and in my opinion, as long as I find you attractive and you're respectful to me, then I'll like you or something. Like, that's my opinion.
It doesn't matter what skin tone you are, so.
But see, we still are hearing these conversations about light skin among our young people today. Because, Jamal, we have not discussed it enough at home. There are certain things that we still do not want to deal with. When I wrote the book, Why Black Men Choose White Women, I dealt with that. And we had black women. I had a lady email me wanting to know why was I so hateful. You're such an educated woman. Why are you so hateful? You're sending messages. I mean, people, God made us all. When I'm not hateful, I'm just dealing with the facts, telling men, and they should not exclusively decide I'm going to date a person just because you think a light-skinned person, a white woman, is better than a black woman. Those are some of the things that I find wrong when you can't get to know a person for who they are. You're going to allow color to dictate to you. It's apparent that they have gone off on the wrong basis, because look how many black men we know that are married with white women, and they too are divorced. So if the white woman was all of that, if she was so much greater and so much different than the black woman, then why aren't these black men staying in relationships? Why are they divorcing?
Another question?
It's not really a question. I just thought that I should say that there are a lot of light-skinned girls that like dark boys, but then they
What?
I'm sorry. Wait, can we erase that question?
No, you can't. This is live. We're going over live, so go ahead and pose a question.
Okay.
Take your time. You say, okay, there's a lot of light-skinned girls that like dark-skinned boys. For what? Is there a particular reason? I mean, is this is this again something dealing with society?
Yes, I think it is, because.
Is it because they want pretty babies when they get married?
Yes.
Oh my.
Okay.
And I think that a lot of there's a lot of issue in the black girls too. Like I have a couple of friends who come up to me, oh, I only like white boys, and then because they say that it'll make their baby come out prettier or something like that. And
I mean, they actually say these are the words that come out of their mouth.
Yes.
Did not tell you that times has not changed. I'm so glad you have these young ladies on this show.
I can't even believe this.
Can I say something else?
Yes.
They also think that if they marry somebody who's light-skinned or have sex with somebody who's light-skinned, that, like, their baby will come out with long, pretty hair and green eyes and stuff like that. And I just don't feel that.
That their hair may be nice and light, or
no,
they may not come out pretty. It's like still a 50-50 chance.
They might not get the job done.
I guess you're right, Dr. Milligan. Things have not changed.
You know why they have not changed? Because we're not talking about them, Jamal. We're not raising these issues. We're not telling our young people why things must change. If they could understand the devastation that it has upon the black family and the black race, then their consciousness level will be pricked to another level. But we are not talking about these things. We're talking about going along to get along. We're talking about multiculturalism, melting pot. God made us all. We're talking all this rhetoric without talking to young people so they can understand what they should be looking at and what should make a difference and what should not.
Okay, well, we're just about out of time for this segment of Kim and Do the Myth. Do either of you ladies here have any final thoughts, any final comments for Dr. Milligan before we have to move forward? Anyone else? Okay. One more.
It's not a question. I just want to say thank you for answering our questions. We now have a lot of new knowledge.
Yeah, you've been very, very helpful. Thank you so much. Like, now we have more understanding to our time and our financial problems.
That's right. Get your own job, get your own education, get your own money, get your own car, get your own house. Okay?
Okay.
And share it with others. Information is no good unless we can share it. So what you've learned today, promise me